Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today it's going to be a match between Artosis and ttl4798 here on Largo 1.1. Top right, we've got Artosis. You know him, you love him. He is the Red Terran player. And in the bottom right, we have ttl4798, a Blue Protoss player. Alright, man. So, one of my subscribers said, hey, Artosis just played an excellent game against ttl4798. If you wouldn't mind asking Artosis for the replay, I would be very pleased. And I said yes. Recommending replays to me is a very, very good idea because I like casting replays that my viewers want, okay? And so I approached Artosis over Discord, and as always, he was very, very welcoming and gave me the replay. And again, thank you very much, Artosis. Check him out on Twitch. Check him out on YouTube. The links are in the description. Leave him a comment saying that Falcon sent ya, and I will be very happy with you. All right, so Largo. I don't think I've ever cast a game on this map. So fairly normal, natural, wall off distance, fairly average, and you have a little minerals only expansion for third if you want it. Highly easily accessible, and oh, a little back door. Oh wait, hang on, that's your natural. In this spot, this is your third base. And a high ground expansion at the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock position. It's a 4-player map. There are not a lot of places to expand on this map. It's a natural. Well, it's a third base, a natural, and maybe a fourth mineral only base for each starting location. No center base. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what's going to go on here. Hit that like button if you're excited for our Artosis replay. You guys really do like these, I know. Alright, what are we doing here today? SCV scouting the correct direction. Nicely done, Artosis. Probe going the wrong way for ttl4798. And on the other side, well, you know, it's going to be an SCV. A lot of PVTs this week. Kind of a PVT week for Falcon Paladin, but hope you're enjoying it. I think PVT is a pretty good matchup. There are times when it grows on me. It's probably my least favorite out of PvZ, ZBT, and PVT. PVT's last on that list, but it's not its fault. It does its very best, right? And it's very excellent a lot of the time. I mean, one of the games that I cast, I think it was, I want to say it was Snow or Rain versus Ample on Coliseum earlier this week. If you're a PVT fan, that was an excellent one, man. There was some really great Terran play, some great Protoss play, some recalls that were just like, chef's kiss, incredible, and really good defense, and just really, 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 really good game. So I say Ample versus Rain or Snow because I get Rain and Snow confused a lot in my brain because they're both Protoss and they're both weather conditions. So I have a hard time with that, but you know, I feel like other people are in the same place. Anywho, I got the very standard PVT openings. Cybercore, yep, done. Factory on the way. Bunker at the front. Yes, yes, yes. We are doing all the right things for a PVT. There's not really, I mean, much else you can do in this matchup. If you try to delay your factory as a Terran, you're going to have a bad time versus Dragoons. And if you try to delay the Cybercore if you're Protoss, you're going to have a bad time versus Spider Mines, Vultures, tanks, etc., etc., etc. So anyway, Dragoon's moving out. There are Marines in this bunker. There's a Vulture out here too. Machine shop coming in on the factory. Vulture knows there's a Dragoon coming, so not going to directly engage with it. Going to kind of maybe take this roundabout route a bit. Maybe check to see there's not a probe up here. I guess that's what that was. But anyway, Dragoon does not want to engage until it has Singularity Charge, which it almost does. 2 Dragoons here. This is the first PVT we've seen in a while where there's dedicated Dragoon pressure at the first start. I mean, we've seen a lot of PVTs on the channel again in the last week, and none of them involved this pretty standard scenario. So how standard is it? I don't know. But Singularity Charge is going to finish. The Dragoons will start firing on the bunker. The SCVs have to repair the bunker. 1 SCV per Dragoon firing is the rule of thumb here. And again, as the Protoss, you kind of want to out-expand the Terran. So, oh, I love this. Yeah, the Vulture comes around, gets a nice little probe snipe. Dude, is there nothing else here? Oh, a Dragoon just pops out. Okay. But a probe's going to die. Maybe another one. Spider Mines are being researched. So the Vulture dies without getting any Spider Mines out. 3 SCVs, engage, go. All right. So the good news for Artosis is that he has delayed this base, and his second is done. So hooray! This is a big win for Artosis so far. I'm liking it. Got a starport, a fast starport. Dropship maybe. He's going for siege mode. Oh man, tank drops this early could be pretty intense. Alright, so tank's like, get out of here. Well, there's 4 Dragoons though. Do you want to jump? Okay, the question of the Dragoons is, do you want to jump forward and try to kill this tank? And take shots from the bunker the whole way. There's 4 Marines in there. Or do you want to sit back here and just force 4 SCVs to stay off the line and lose the resources in repairing here? And it seems to be that ttl4798 is just happy to, you know, get all this lost mining time. Siege mode is finally up. And there's a fire. Okay, Dragoon dies. And this is a jump. He's going to try to jump on top of the siege tank, but the repair is real. Oh, okay, so the tank dies, but a lot of these another Dragoon goes down. Another Dragoon goes down. Nice block with the SCVs there. Beautiful play from Artosis. Save it. Okay, another tank comes down, and the repair is real, and another Dragoon dies. All right, man, so that is good. This is excellent, excellent defense here from Artosis. ttl4798, try to get some damage done. I don't think it was worth it for him, but it's early in the game yet. How much will this matter? Who knows? Who knows? Second base coming in, and a third. I like it. Again, you have to out-expand the Terran if you're going to beat them. And if you're a Terran, you really want to get a third base up and just pump as many tanks and vultures as you can. Get some Goliaths in there to deal with Arbiters at some point. And then keep an eye out for a carrier transition. It's a Wraith, though. Okay. I mean, against Zerg, this can be good if your opponent didn't go for Hydras fast enough. But against Protoss, they have Dragoons. So, I mean, it's just going to be a little bit of light Wraith harassment. I'd be shocked if this thing gets more than maybe 1 kill. The over-under on kills here is 1. It's really good at taking down shuttles, though. If your opponent's trying to, like, Reaver drop you or something, a Wraith is great. Dude, do you have... Does he not have... What is... Oh, okay, there we go. So there's your 1 kill. The Dragoons pop out. There's also an Observer, just in case the Wraith is going to cloak, which it's not. Because we're not researching cloak because we don't have the control tower up. No option to do so. So these are now contained Dragoons. They're going to try to keep Artosis on 2 bases as long as he can. Just because a 2-basing Terran is a lot less scary than a 3-basing Terran. As Artosis' Twitch chat will say over and over and over again. But factory's coming up. For the Protoss, what is our further tech going to be? Nothing yet. Dragoons, interesting. Nope, that's a gateway. So not interesting tech coming up at all at this stage. All right, man. So this third base is minerals only, but you do want Zealots versus Terran anyway. It's Dragoons with range and Observer support, and it's going to be Zealots, and that is the backbone of this army. Whether you also have High Templar for Storm, important stuff. Usually not Reavers against Terran, just because Siege Tanks are really good against them. That range is insanely good from Siege Tanks. SCV tries to get a third, and the Dragoons are like, how about you die? And the SCV's like, how about I don't die? How about I run for my life and then get sniped? Okay, that counts, I guess. Observer's sitting here. Detection available for Artosis is nil at the moment. There are no missile turrets. There are no ComSat stations. No detection whatsoever. DTs would actually be kind of interesting at this point, but it's just, man, it is juiced gateways. No sign of any further tech at all. What are you doing, ttl4798? Alright, well, at least the Vultures have speed now. I'm trying to click on you guys. Thank you. Also, Spider Mines. We're going to come down here, maybe snipe some probes, lay down some Spider Mines, and by that I mean... Oh, it's not done yet. Did he cancel? Oh, he was getting Spider Mine research, and then he canceled it and went for Vulture speed instead. And now he has Vulture speed, but he didn't have Spider Mines, and now he does have Spider Mines, but all the Vultures are gone. Just kidding, there's 2 here. There are 2 here. 79 to 69 supply. Artosis has a big economic lead, which is bad for the Protoss, but no third base for Artosis. Does he want this maybe? Is he going to build a command center here where it's safe? Nope, that's an engineering bay. So maybe for a couple turrets. A turret in each mineral line is honestly not that much of an investment and totally worth it. Ooh, getting ComSat stations too, just in case DTs do show up. Because he doesn't know what the tech is over here. He doesn't know there's no tech at all. It's just a ginormous Dragoon army, which is, this is one way to play PvT. But you'll notice the players like Rain, Snow, Bisu, they will get that tech up. They will make a choice as to some kind of further tech beyond Zealots and Dragoons. Alright, man. Terran Armory in production. And what is this? Oh, it's in that part of the... There we go. Oh, okay. Citadel of Adun, which for Zealot legs, sure. It's exactly what we're looking at there. Spider Mine's getting laid, but there's detection coming in. Spider Mine shouldn't do much, but it's buying time for the Vultures to snipe a bunch of these probes. This is great. This is exactly what you want to be doing if you're a Terran player against a Protoss, is you don't want to sit in your base and just macro up. You want to kill as many probes as you can by running Vultures around like a crazy person. It's 47 to 29 total workers right now. Artosis has a massive lead. Holy crap. That was amazing. All right, man. So ttl4798 is in a terrible place. That said, he is on 3 bases and Artosis is only on 2. So that's a good feel. I'm really surprised we haven't seen an attempt to go up here yet. This is command center, though? It is. So we can land it here or just kind of float it up this way and land it at the third place 2. Third place 2. Working on Charon boosters for Goliaths. There's no Arbiter tech, man. There's no Arbiter tech. I guess if you want to snipe observers, Goliaths are kind of necessary because just having a Vulture Siege Tank army is not going to work. You do have this Wraith, though. This Wraith could snipe an observer that gets too close to this turret, which is providing detection and also can kill the observer as well. Maybe he'd sneak a ninja down here. No here, but he is sending the, Vultures around, trying to look for ninjas, trying to kill bases that are undefended. This is exactly what you gotta do. You gotta send these Vultures around on little murder missions to try to see what damage they can get. 52 to 40 workers now in favor of the Terran. Again, bad. It is super bad here at the 12-minute mark for TTL. So let's see what he can do. All right, he's got no upgrades. He's working on +1 attack. That's okay. The Terran doesn't have any either. Some Vultures dying, some Spider Mines going down. The sound of siege tanks in the morning coming up to siege mode. That's what I'm talking about. Probe tries to expand here. Vulture takes it down. See? Seeding little Vulture buddies at each of these bases is a fantastic idea. This is great. Artosis is playing very, very well in this game. He's a million times better than I am. Let me just not make it sound like I'm better than Artosis and I'm coaching him or something. No, absolutely not. He's great. He gets coached by Scan. Oh, he's an excellent player. Sometimes makes it into S rank, which is just killer in this day and age. The players that are still playing StarCraft on the ladder are all so good. To make it into S rank is way more impressive today than it was 10 years ago. And Artosis can do it. Not all the time, but he can do it. So, fantastic player indeed. Another CompSat station coming in, working on that dropship, which I predicted a while ago, as we do have now a control tower. Dragoons with +1 attack, wandering around a bit. Vultures, tanks have the no upgrades, but they're working on 1-1. And there's a Templar Archive, so whether that's for High Templar or whether it's going to be for the Arbiters, probably the Arbiters based on the Stargate here. All right, man, that's a 4th base. I like it. I like the 4th base from TTL. Can he get a 5th base? Not over here, not with a Vulture running around, at least not just with a probe. You have to send an escort for it. And he unloads, there we go, unloads 4 Vultures in here. Spider Mines, Zealots absorbing them with their bodies. And then just trying to snipe more of these probes. There's a cannon here now, though. That's great. Way to invest in that cannon. And now the Vultures are kind of trying to... They're just focusing on the cannon because that's what the auto attack is. 57 to 55 workers, man. TTL has done a great job recovering his economy from losing all those probes earlier in the game. I mean, this is... He's doing great, man. His economy is healthy. He's got a 4th base coming up. He's been making probes non-stop. And by that, I mean he's making 1 at a time right now. But +1 attack is done for the mech. +1 armor for the vehicles is here too. And he's slowly... There it is. Okay, so a 4th base, technically. Again, this is minerals only, but you do want a lot of Vultures, so that's fair. And there's your Arbiter Tribunal coming in here too. Yeah, look at this. Tried to naked expand again, and once again a vulture snipes the probe. That's so brutal. That is so brutal for TTL. He cannot be happy about this. Not even a tiny bit. Spider mines, spider mines, do whatever a spider mine can. Looking forward to the Spider-Man No Way Home movie that's coming out in the Christmas season, holiday season, whatever you want to call it. Fandango push notified me about the Spider-Man today, and I was like, ooh, are tickets available? And then it was like, psych, here's the trailer, you can watch that, the tickets are later. And I'm like, I just want to buy tickets to the Spider-Man. I have a feeling it's going to be either incredible, like the best thing of all year, or it's going to be like a flop. Like, it's just not going to work. It's trying to juggle a lot of stuff, but as we all know, Marvel can juggle a lot of stuff. Infinity War should not have worked. There's like 27 main characters in that movie. And just the way that the Russo brothers were able to juggle all those spinning plates and have none of them fall to the ground, and every bit of that movie is interesting and has great pacing in some way, is insane. So can they do it again with No Way Home? I believe. Alright, so Artosis is like, I'm maxed out, let's go. We're at 16 minutes. Let's do this thing. Expanding bottom left as TTL sends another probe down, and probably bottom left again. Engagement of the century here. Tanks fire and defensive matrix is up. There's no stasis because we're late on stasis. It's not researched yet. Zealots are on the backside doing very well. There are no, there's no vultures back here. And actually doing much better here than I thought he would is TTL. Is he going to actually win? He can't win this engagement, can he? No, he cannot win this engagement, but he did a very good job at whittling down that tank count. Artosis is down from 197 to 145 supply. A lot of vultures down. Tank count remaining 4. And then he's got 1, 2, 3. He's got another 4 back here. So 8 tanks. He lost a giant number of tanks in that engagement. Zealot denying this top left base, which Artosis is trying to expand to very sneakily. But we see you up here. Vultures decide to fight against these Dragoons, and you can do it when you outnumber the Dragoons 16 to 1. Alright, Arbiters are out now, providing that cloak. Vultures don't like that at all. They also don't like dealing with cannons, so they're going to throw some Spider Mines down in disgust. Try to harass this base. Oh! I think I was confusing that base with this base. No, that's the natural. This is the 4th. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Very good. Recall getting researched here too. More Arbiters. That was... yeah. So Arbiter tech a bit late compared to a standard PvT, but you know what? This isn't professional. This isn't S rank. This is high A rank. Observer sight range coming in. And I kind of feel like we're going to take every base on this map pretty soon. Again, not a ton of places to expand. Although I guess it's as many as Fighting Spirit, right? You've got the 1, 2, 3, 6, or 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Just not the center. The lack of a center base is kind of throwing me here, and it shouldn't. This has many places to expand as Fighting Spirit does, so hey. Whatevs. It's normal. Clear out them Spider Mines. It's one of the more satisfying things in StarCraft, I think. There's a lot of things that are satisfying. Listening to SCVs mine minerals. Right? Pretty satisfying. Clearing out Spider Mines. Pretty satisfying, I think, especially as a Protoss, where you're like, yeah. Clear out those Spider Mines. Clear the land of the human interference. Dropship coming down the left side. I see you. I see you. And, oh my gosh, there's probes coming in here too. It's just 2 siege tanks though. I mean, sure. I guess. Yeah, let's just get on out. Maybe don't die to an Arbiter. That'd be super embarrassing. Guess there was that one Zealot here. He dead now. Wait. Did it die? Ah, Dragoons came in and finished off the dropship. Boo. I guess couldn't have really landed here. The cannon's in range. That's not going to work. Okay, so we have 4 bases that have remained untaken thus far. Although this seems pretty easy for Artosis to take. He's already kind of covered the top left corner fairly effectively. He's throwing up turrets to deal with future recalls, which are definitely going to be attempted by ttl4798. And both players are maxed out. So at this stage, I think what TTL needs to do some more of is try to reduce that tank count again. Maybe try to kill a base at this stage of the game. The Vulture run-bys are fantastic. This is great. Just Spider Mines and getting in all the way deep into the main base. But there's a Dragoon down here. Oh, you had to kill something because I guess blocking maybe? Either way, Spider Mines inside your own house are bad. Killing a Zealot is great. Checking to see, is there a base here for Artosis? No. Spider-Man gets a connection, almost kills the Dragoon, can't quite pull it off. The Goliath count is heavy enough to kill observers pretty quickly. Run! Get out of there, Vultures. You need to fight in conjunction with the siege tanks. Exactly what's happening. Pulls back to a great position. Just kind of moving in here with Cloaked Zealots. Nice stasis goes down. Couple stasises, actually. Upgrades are looking at a 2-2 for the Protoss and a 2-2 for the Terran, so even upgrades that way. Zealots on top of the tanks, Dragoons on top of the tanks, and oh my gosh, that is so many dead siege tanks. TTL doing a fantastic job here. An incredible job here. All right. TTL is making the Protoss look good, which I'm sure Artosis is not happy about as he's playing this game. He may have some choice words for Protoss, as he often does. Air weapons, level 1 coming in, and another Stargate coming in. This feels like a carrier transition to me. But not full-fledged yet. Yeah, these Dragoons overstepped. There are, you know, these tanks came out of stasis. Plus there's Spider Mines around here. Observer trying to see. Ah, yes. See this base, this natural at the top left location for Artosis does get taken. There are now 3 bases remaining. One of them's a minerals only. And then nobody's tried to take the 3 o'clock or the 9 o'clock yet. I guess I spoke too soon. TTL coming in to take this once again. Naked expanding. He's probably half expecting a Vulture to show up and kill him again, but he doesn't have an escort, so hey. Whatever. Vulture run. Oh, this Zealot group. Not going to have a good time. Straight up not having a good time. Pull back to the cannons. They will save us. Brethren. Not wrong. Vulture's just being a nuisance. Like, they're not going to win the game this way. They're, you know, going to maybe get some decent trades against Zealots, which I don't know. I'm not sure that's what that was. There's only 2 of them remaining, which is bad. And yeah, I mean, this is just, we're taking the whole map here at 24 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. It's been heavy macro. It's been some good engagements in favor of TTL. But Artosis is recovering well. He's rebuilding his tank count. His economy is good enough to do that fairly quickly. And TTL has not really been able to take advantage of reducing the tank count by doing a push deep into Terran territory because he loses most of his army in the process. It's not good. Not a good time. Not bothering with this gas. He needs minerals more than gas right now. Anyway, TTL's bank is pretty good too. Zealots, Dragoons, top left, a little exposed. There are 2 tanks on the high ground here, but is that enough? I don't know if that's enough for all this. So he's going to bring the army around. Bring the call around. Jeeves, SCV's body blocking the ramp. But the Zealots are already up here, and the tankers are going to die. Dragging spider mines into the tank would be so good. That's what's going to... That exactly is what happened there. Dude, this base is forced to be lifted off. These SCVs are in a lot of trouble. Oh, this tank survives with 7 kills and 15 HP. And Artosis bringing his whole army up this way has totally worked out for him. Okay, so I mean, some SCVs died. He's got 60. There are 73 probes. Like I said, Protoss wants to Zerg the Terran in this matchup, and that's exactly what's happening here. I mean, he's got 73 probes, a bajillion bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total bases. Could he sneak 9 in? I honestly don't see why not. This seems pretty easily accessible to him right now. Right side base coming up. We've got cannons to defend against those vultures. They won't do anything against the tanks, but you know, not much will defend against the tanks, so make the cannons if you have to. And again, okay, so just second Stargate is just for arbiters. I don't see the carrier transition coming in here at all. Wait, did I see him making a fleet beacon? Is that why I assumed? That's why I felt carriers are just the second Stargate. Was he making a fleet beacon, people in chat? Like, I don't have live chat because this is a VOD, but did I misremember that? It's possible. It's 11:30 at night. I've been up since about 8 a.m. for work. I didn't run today because my knee is tweaked a little bit, and running on it just makes it feel worse. Person who said running at my weight is a bad idea. I kind of think you're right, so maybe I'll just try an elliptical or a bike or something. We'll see. Anywho, that's enough about me. Let's talk about TTL mounting an assault against the north side of the map. And he's trying to get this. If you try to go against the newer sources of income for your enemy, it's good for you. Is very good for you. Oh, Arbiter down, Cloak is gone, but getting up this ramp is really important. Killing this tank and killing as many SCVs as you can is actually super mega important here. That tank finally goes down. Zealots get obliterated by spider mines, though. This tank goes down thanks to spider mines and a zealot. And man, spider mines everywhere are just oof. Spider Mine's doing their thing right now against TTL. Artosis is very pleased about the Spider Mine efficacy in this. I saw you, Fleet Beacon. This time I saw you. It was in the production tab. Where is it? Did he cancel it? Is it popping up in the production tab as part of a glitch and he's not actually making... Oh, it's right here. Okay, it's here. It's here. It must have just finished warping in. But he's making 10 Zealots and 6 Dragoons at a time. He's not interested in trying the carrier route in this game, which honestly, we haven't seen carriers attempted against Terran in some time. So I don't know. Carrier fans, I'm sorry. I haven't seen that a bunch recently. Oh, okay. Now getting carrier capacity. So now I feel like we're going to see one more hurrah, right? Throwing this ground-style army up against the spider mines and the vultures and the siege tanks top left. See what he can get done, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't work, we're going to start building carriers. And just try our best here. This is not the greatest map for carriers, I wouldn't say. Good maps for carriers are ones that have a lot of high ground to low ground situations where you can hide the carriers in the blackness and the Goliaths can't hit them directly. I mean, I guess we have high ground, low ground with these ramps, and I suppose this counts as high ground. And just the ramps and kind of the cliff edges, like that's a high ground too. I guess there's more high ground here than I thought. It will take a skilled Protoss to do that, though. Carrier control in this situation is not easy. Stasising the science vessel. That observer is dead. It doesn't know it yet. We just kind of A-moved up here. All right, Dragoons firing. Zealots on the right side. The Vultures on the left side are not here to assist. The Zealots are tearing through. The defenses right now also getting murderized. 3-2-3 upgrades. Lot of shield upgrades here because it does benefit the carriers. He's remaxing on zealots. I think he feels like he won that in a pretty handy way. Whoa, so that's 6 Dragoons dead to 1 or 2 Spider Mines. That is some good value. That is some deep, deep value there. Carrier production has begun. All right, so that science vessel dies. TTL's like, fine. You know what? I cannot defeat Artosis' ground army. It is too strong. It is too sensible. He is making good decisions. He's getting good Spider-Mine coverage. I am struggling so much against the billion Spider-Mines. Another Stargate warping in. I'm assuming, oh, you know what? Still making tanks and vultures. I was like, I'm assuming you don't get to expand here, but also I'm not expanding here yet, says Artosis. But you can have it. Maybe this time he'll expand with an escort? No? Not happening, ladies and gentlemen. Zealots just charging into the breach. Trying to wipe out as many of these tanks as he can. But honestly, the better target here may be missile turrets. Although, maybe it's a hybrid carrier ground army play that TTL is going for here. Once again, the assault is going well for TTL. He hasn't had an abject failure of an attack today. He's done a great job with these. He's killed a bunch of stuff. It's just, by the time he's done, he doesn't have anything left. He's killed a lot of Artosis' stuff, but then he has like 2 Dragoons left, and that's just not going to happen. Another round of tanks. Yes, please back out of there. He's done a good job not just running headlong into siege tanks for the most part in this game, which is an incredibly important skill to have as a Protoss in a PvT. Because how many times have we seen Protoss players just kind of throw away games because they moved into 27 tanks and died? So TTL playing well. APM, you know, it's not 400, but Artosis isn't playing at that either, so it's okay. Production, I still don't see Goliath in the production tab. He's got a handful of them. Sure, he's got 4 down here. He's got 1 more here, but it's not, he does not have the Goliath count he needs. He's okay, he's making 3 more Goliaths. So I think he's preparing for this kind of hybrid ground army carrier stuff that TTL is working with. I don't even know where the carriers are right now. He's hiding them. Not really. I guess they're right here. Making 4 carriers at a time. Another massive engagement here. I mean, okay, this isn't massive, but it's a pretty big engagement. Pretty big engagement. Anyway, hit that like button if you're enjoying this game so far. It's been a pretty darn good back and forth. A lot of big engagements. Every base on the map has been taken. I mean, this hasn't been mined from yet, and neither has this one, but we're there. We are there, baby. Warp it in for me. Let's go. Ah, so that's satisfying too. The sound design of StarCraft is just, oh, it's good. All right, there we go. 7 Goliaths at a time. We know what's up. Artosis is fully aware what's being attempted here. Probe's trying to transfer through an incredibly active war zone to expand over this way, but no. Yeah, so this base is going to go down. And here's our carrier engagement. Are there enough Goliaths to actually defeat this? I don't know. We're going to get some storms down, maybe? That'd be pretty cool. There's High Templar here. There we go. So storming the Goliaths to weaken them up and bruise them up so that the interceptors can kill them more quickly, that's very good. Are we worried about the tanks as much? No, because the carriers are here to deal with those. We have some High Templar wandering around with a lot of energy and no targets to attack, so that's not great. Storm, there you go. Nice Storm. Saving that left side base is great, but the flank attack of carriers is big. They've got the high ground now, Anakin. Don't try it. They're trying to stay back away. Oh, he storms his own carrier. What the? He stormed his own carriers, lads. Once again, another big engagement that somebody wins, but not really enough to keep pushing through and just win. So that's kind of been this game thus far, yeah? Yeah, I'd argue that is the case. Are we able to... little bugging out High Templar there. I'm trying to go where you're telling me, boss. It's not easy. Storm. Once again, storming your own interceptors is a risk here. The Goliaths are kind of staying back from that storm range if they can, but I don't know. Trying to come forward. A carrier does go down. Nice target firing. Another carrier taking the direct body hits, and it does go down. But Zealots, again, the hybrid ground-air army from TOS can be pretty good. And that's a lot of dead SCVs here. There's 56 of them. You're getting to the point where you maybe don't need 56 SCVs because you really only have kind of 3 mining bases right now, which, sure, 56 is fine, but it's not going to last forever. So, okay, the good thing for TTL is that he saved this base. I think he needs it. Again, his units are less cost efficient than the Terrans are. So the more he has this base, the better it is for him. But holding on to it is going to be a little bit dicey. Where did the carriers go? I guess we're just going to run up here with Zealots and Storm and try to take out an entire Terran ground army with it. Where are Los Carriers? Where are they? They're all the way down. Why are they all the way down here? Okay, more Storm coming in. This is some great Storm, by the way. Yeah, this is the first time in a while we've seen a hybrid ground carrier force. Oh, that one's dead. Yeah. Yeah, this many Goliaths target firing and directly hitting the body of a carrier, it's going to go down pretty fast. Pretty darn fast. Charon Boost, a good ability for Terran, that's for sure. Good unit. All right, now can he finally take down this left side base? He's thinking to himself. It'd be nice if I could, says Artosis, and I think he's going to be able to pull it off. So it's 151 to 200 supply. TTL has a lead, but 25 or so of that is workers. So army value not as high as you think it would be. And yeah, so these probes are going to die, which I think TTL is fine with. Like, he's going to sack these probes. He's not going to rebuild them. Losing this base sucks, though. He does want it, again, for the extra resources that he needs. TTL at 2,000 minerals and 2,500 gas. Artosis is a bit mineral starved right now. So him being able to take this base is a ginormous benefit to him. Bum, 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 bum. Carrier group is 9. Oh, that's a 10th one with +3, +3, +2. Soon to have 3 armor. How much does that matter against Goliaths? I don't actually know. I'm not going to lie to you. Does it help to have +3, +3, +3 against Goliaths? Maybe. Storm up, though. And the Goliaths are doing a pretty good job against the Interceptors. There are just enough of them where they're doing very well. But now they're stutter stepping forward, chasing the carriers down with their super long reach arm of the law. And another carrier is going to die. Ugh. Sniped it. Interceptors die with it as per usual. So, running low on cash is TTL. He has a mineral income problem. He's only got 4 minerals here. He's got 1 mineral patch here. The right side is fairly newish. And he's actually still got, what, 200, 300, like 600 or 700 minerals in the main he can go to. This poor probe is stuck and has been for some time, I'm guessing. Surprised Artosis hasn't tried to take this base. I feel like it wouldn't be too hard. Just bring up a bunch of Goliaths, some siege tanks to cover the ramp, spider mines down here. Could be good. Man, TTL is really disinterested in gas right now. So, as per usual, carriers are a bad late game unit because you need minerals to replace interceptors. If you don't have any minerals, then carriers eventually turn into giant floating whales that have no attack capabilities whatsoever and are dead supply and really bad for you. EMP? EMP catches the Arbiter, so stasis isn't available from this Arbiter. But once again, the ground hybrid army. This isn't mass carrier. Nothing of the sort, but it has a lot of them with support from Zealots, High Templar, a Dragoon or two, and an Arbiter that doesn't have any energy and therefore isn't super duper useful. Pushing in, TTL is really trying to make this happen, boys and girls, and undecideds. Big engagement here. Not focusing the Science Festival, which I find a little bit surprising. Wandering High Templar in. The siege tanks will happily kill your High Templar. They're not going to try to kill the carriers, that's for sure. Once again, man, just the Goliath's great stasis, though. Really good stasis, though, catching several Goliaths. Carriers can kind of stick around now. They're whittling down this Goliath count, although, are they? Okay, yes, 2 Goliaths go down there, tank down, 161 to 130 supply. Insane game thus far. I think this is getting an epic tag. This has been super good. Okay, so the carriers are doing some work. Artosis fans are worried right now, but it's not over yet. Bunch of Goliaths, 9 Goliaths at a time in production. More keep popping out. Defender's advantage is a big deal. There you go. So he's got, oh man, Zealots just eating up those Goliaths. It's 141 to 171 supply. TTL has a supply lead right now. What does he have to defend this? He's got 3 turrets and a bunch of siege tanks to defend this base, but that's it. And look, TTL has retaken this left side, and there's more tanks here to kill it again. I'm having some major deja vu right now. Come on, Eileen. No. That command center is dead. Artosis is in a spot of trouble right now. The missile turrets are doing what they can, but they're not intended to kill carriers. Goliath count. Arbiter sacrifices itself. Can't get a stasis down. Carriers run. Carriers got to get out of there. Cannot stop moving. They got to keep moving. They can get here and then down here. Okay, they're doing fine. They're doing great. Goliaths are not great at chasing things necessarily. Carriers are, the carriers are going to juke north now. Where again, a lot of turrets, but not a lot of Goliaths. And by that I mean there are no Goliaths up here at all. So Artosis is going to take down this 9 o'clock base of TTL for the second time today. The interceptor count. Is it bleeding? I feel like it's kind of bleeding right now, and he only has 400 minerals in the bank, and that is not enough. That is not enough to do what he needs to do here. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. It's crazy. This is a crazy PvT. Alright. I'm going to leave something here to make sure it doesn't get retaken is the question. Are we making Goliaths here to try to assist? No? Alright. Carrier count is not massive. Ooh, careful. Whoa, is this all the... Oh no! Is that all the intercept? Oh, he's trapped! Buddy's bringing ground army over. Storm the Goliaths. Keep the carriers alive if you can. Oh, Zealots trying to help out. Storming a whole bunch here too, though. More Goliaths down low. Irradiating a High Templar. Not something you see every day of the week. He gets a storm off and then succumbs to his irradiation burns. And goes down. Okay, 146 to 119 supply. TTL is up. He's got a nice setup here. This poor Zealot. moonwalking, and there we go. I'm finally where I need to be. So Artosis would really like this base, and guess what? TTL would really like this base too. A Vulture just kind of murdering probes that are trying to transfer across the map. Where are they going? I don't know. He's going to try to long distance mine here. He's at 7 minerals. What did I say? What did I say about carriers late game? Not good. That's why he's got the Templar. That's why he's got Dragoons and Zealots and stuff. So that Vulture goes down with 5 kills. Not bad. And the long distance mining is commencing right now for TTL because he didn't save enough money. He could get the money from here if he mined it. Does he not know that he has mineral patches in his main? Entirely possible. He maybe hasn't looked at his main in some time. He's got, you know, the Stargates are hotkeyed, right? He got all the upgrades he needs. He doesn't have to come back there for that. He's not warping anything in, but there are enough minerals here to mine to make a Nexus. Oh, this game is getting incredibly intense. It's, again, an epic tag already. It's getting more intense right now. Protecting it to some extent, trying to clear out some spider mines. Artosis is pulled back to his only sources of income. This top left base is mined out. And this natural location, oh man. Only about 100 minerals in each of these mineral fields. That one's got 236. That one's got 204. I don't know if I want to be coming in here when I have a mineral shortage. But, you know, picking off individual Goliaths here is good. If you don't have to deal with 17 Goliaths, you just have to kill 3 of them. Or losing a carrier is pretty bad, though. Should have microed that one back. Should have microed that one back so hard. TTL, the long distance mining is great, man, but seriously, you have 200, 300. That's about 4 and another 200 there. You got about 500 minerals in your main that you don't have to long distance mine for. It's very accessible. I don't like that the carriers are alone right here. They snipe a science vessel. They get another science vessel. Okay. All right. Coming from the left side with some of these Zealots and Archons. Another carrier going down would totally suck for TTL, though. He cannot allow that to happen, but another round of Goliath pops out. Run. Get out of there. I don't know if you want to go in there with your ground army either, man, but okay. Yeah, no, backing out. Backing out. 2 tanks in siege mode. Another one there, too. Another science vessel focused, I think. Nice EMP, though. An EMP on the Archons would be really good. But I understand wanting to EMP the carriers at this point. You know, losing another carrier here would be abysmal. And he's going to. That's dead. That's down. Artosis is now up 101 to 76 supply. He has enough money to build a Nexus here. He really needs to do it. There you go. He's going to start warping in the Nexus. Okay. Man, we're at 48 minutes. Artosis has the lead overall. He's got more SCVs than he needs right now, which they could maybe be part of the final battle, because I think we're going to get to that. Okay, killing a couple SCVs. Artosis has 50 more where these came from, though, so it doesn't really matter as much. Oh, dude, storming that SCV ball would be kind of sick, actually. Storming the low ground Goliath is also pretty sick, though. Another Irradiate. That Knight Templar gets out of there with enough energy for a storm. Okay, this needs to be defended with all hands. All Protoss hands on deck here. More minerals back here, man. Music getting intense. I don't know. I feel like Artosis has the upper hand. He's landing this minerals only base, which is super good for him because he has 3,000 gas. He just needs minerals to continue producing these Goliaths and, you know, tanks and stuff. He's up 97 to 77 supply. More tanks are here. This is probably overkill on tanks. There's not much of a ground army here at all. Just irradiating the crap out of the High Templar. They're gone. The carrier group is only at 4 right now. This Wraith, who's been here the entire game, he's got 2 kills, but the Dragoons take him down. Oh, Wraith Commander. Dead. That's it. That's your GG. We're done. Artosis has the ability to just roll up 17 tanks and kill this. The carriers can't do a whole lot about it. I mean, they're annoying, but Artosis has this mineral income. His production tab is 5 Goliaths at a time. TTL is actually building Zealots and High Templar, though. I don't know, man. I don't want to caster curse this. I don't want to call it too soon. That's another carrier down, though. Like, okay. So, I mean, this is where TTL recognizes that he can't make more carriers. This is where Artosis knows that TTL can't make more carriers, and that's why the tank count is so high. It's not because he needs them against the carriers. He knows the time of the carrier is over. We're not building any more of those. We're just building High Templar and Zealots now, making an Archon to try to help deal with this. The carriers are going to get what damage done they can. Artosis spending his money well, making just so many Goliaths. Defensive Matrix is up. All right, man, we're going. High Templar storming everything the Terran has, killing a couple units. Nice microback away from the storm as well as he can. Interceptor count is not heavy, and bam, that's another dead carrier. That's another dead carrier. The ground army here is just not enough from TTL. That carrier escapes. He's got 7 interceptors and 34 HP. He's trying. The probes are just running now, but that's, oh, that siege tank unsieged. That's a huge deal that happened. Figure it out, man. You can, oh, he is. He's mining from his own main base now. He recognizes that he's got that available to him. But if Artosis takes this away and has this, that's your GG. We're just done right now. That's it. I don't know what TTL can do. He's got some Archon. The High Templar keep getting irradiated. If we Archon them... Oh, that saves them. Handy. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Splash damage from Radiate. That's bad. 110 to 68 supply. Vulture's surprisingly good against Archons because they do full damage against shields, which is all Archons are. Goliaths just do regular damage, which is generally pretty good. In all situations. It's just Goliaths are a little slow, and that's why they don't have, you know... That's why... Marines are better in some situations. Oh, irradiates another High Templar. Spider-Mine's causing massive problems again. Where... Artosis' army is not in this position. 2 tanks on the high ground, though. Is that enough? Bring the carrier over. No. And that's it. TTL backs out, leaves the game, and Artosis is your victor in 53 minutes and 10 seconds. Absolutely killer impressive play there. That was, man... That was a great game from Artosis. Maybe the best one I've seen him play. His macro was crisp. He was adjusting to what the Protoss was doing. He was taking bases. He was defending bases. He threw down 1,000,000 spider mines in this base, which saved it at least twice today. 1,000,000 missile turrets up here too. Spider mines, missile turrets, really saving bases more than once. And I don't think a single base died here today. This one did get raised. He had to lift the command center off, but he was able to bring it back. It didn't actually die. And that's huge. That's a huge thing. And he continually denied this base for TTL, which he needed to be more cost efficient. Because once again, the vultures and the spider mines and the tanks are going to do a good job with that. Blah. Insane. I mean, just an absolutely insanely good game between these two players. TTL, valiant effort. Just too much Terran here today. Beautiful back and forths. Good. Again, good hybrid play here from TTL. He had the Dragoons and the Zealots and the High Templar and the Archons and the Carriers. Did not go for Mass Carrier. Not a good map for it. He recognized that. And that was evident by the fact that Goliaths were able to find several times where they were just pounding Carriers on a flat surface where they had full vision of everything and the Carriers were dying. Bluff. All right. Well, let's check out the final score and we'll get the heck out of here. 450,000 points there from TTL, 428 for Artosis. Very, very good. I mean, look at this units tab. 302,000 to 302,000. I mean, that's as even a score as you're going to see in this game. Both players producing around 800 units. Artosis almost made 1,000 Terran units in this game, which is impressive. He killed about 700, which is great. And lost about 700. So yeah, produced, killed, and lost more units. Makes sense. Buildings raised 40. Raised by TTL, only 18 by Artosis. Doesn't matter in the end. And a resource source here from TTL. It did, you know, about 2,000 more resources spent than the Terran, but that's just not going to be enough in a 53-minute game. You need to outspend the Terran by more than that if you're going to beat them. So absolutely incroyable. Great game between these two players. An epic match in the PvT on a map we don't see a lot of. And that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.